Hello friends, welcome back. I'm Faraz Shaikh, and in today's video we are going to have a serious talk about Microsoft Excel. You must have heard about this news in UK where there was a loss of data of COVID-19 results, and many of the people are complaining that this is because of Microsoft Excel. Let me show you that what are some articles are being the taglines of that articles, why you should never use Microsoft Excel to count coronavirus cases, the Excel file is full, and there are more and more such kind of stuff coming up online. Well, after seeing this video, you will be the best person to judge this one, whether the Microsoft Excel really failed or it's capable or it's not. As of today, there are 38 million records of coronavirus cases. Assuming that the whole world records are maintained in Excel and those are managed in Excel, then trust me that you can still do that analysis. Let's say that if you decide just to maintain the records of coronavirus cases for UK, and that will be only in one Excel file, that will be around like 654,000 records, and you can just manage those records, you can make amazing reports. So now this is not the case. So now coming back to the article which has been published by BBC, where they have given detail that what had happened exactly. So the situation was like they were receiving the Public Health of England, they were receiving these files in CSV, and when they tried to convert it into Excel file, there was a loss of data. Now why there was a loss of data? Because the file version which they were selecting was the older version of Excel, that was XLS, which can support only 65,000 records. So if something goes above 65,000 rows, then that data is lost. The newer version of Excel, which is XLSX, which was introduced in 2007 by Microsoft, where they have enhanced the capability of that file, where it can handle the file in much efficient way and more records, which can support 1,048,576 rows of data, and this is a massive number. Now let's come back and just understand that what is a CSV file. Now CSV file is just a simple file where you are storing your records with another comma, like we have record date, country name, date of birth, age, column 1, column 2, column 3, and the records. Now this is the format, sometimes delimited by comma or it is by the pipe character. It's depending upon the programming language, the programmer, how he wants to separate that. But this is a very light file and it stores in a very light. Now right now this file what I have, it is having a record of around like 1,048,577. Now let us see that what happens when I try to open this file in Excel. So let's go over here, big data, right click, and we are going to open this with Excel. When I try to open that file, we have got this error, the file saying not completely loaded. So now in this case, my results were like 1,048,576 records will be displayed over here. The 77th record will not be in this list. So let me show it to you over here. Coming to the last record, as you can see, this is that number of rows. Now what had happened when they received such kind of an CSV file? It was not huge as this number, but it was around more than 65,000. When they try to go file and they try to save as and save as this file as an XLS format. Now just watch what will happen. I'm going to save it into the same location, and when I click save, now this is a warning message which is getting by Excel. This workbook contains the data in cells outside the rows and columns limit, and they have mentioned the limit. The data is beyond 256 columns and 65,536 rows. Now let's say continue, and when you save this file, okay, and you can still find these records over here. What do you do when you close this file and come back and open the same Excel file? You will see that records are lost. So there is a warning message which pops up and says that, hey, you are going to lose some records. So you have to pay some attention on such kind of these minute errors or some kind of these messages. Now let's go and try to grab 41 million records in our data set. So this is my data set of 41 million records, and those are in CSV file. Now we are going to grab all this information into Excel. Now to grab that information, you can just go to data, get data from file, and you can just select the file format, and you can just select CSV file. But in case if it is just one file, so right now we are having like 41 files over there, 40 files, and we need to grab that information. Well, in case if you use CSV file and when you try to load that data into table in Excel, which is more than 1,048,576 rows, then again you will get a message from the Power Query itself. So we are going to use this Power Query, this amazing tool, and then load that data into data model. So I'm just going to show it to you. Go from folder, browse, and we are going to go to desktop, and this is my big data, and open. And we are going to load all those CSV file into Power Query, do some cleaning, and then we are going to load it into our data model. Transform, and here we are into the query editor. In my previous video, I have showed that how can you combine the multiple Excel files into one Excel. So you can just go and grab that video and you can just check it out in detail. So I'm just simply now going to combine these files, and the query is getting evaluated. Perfect. So now it is giving me the sample for the first file. Now this was the delimiter which I was mentioning about, that whether it's a comma, it's a pipe, and you can even give your special character because every programmer decided his way of putting the delimiter. Now this is the first file, everything looks okay. I can just hit OK, and we can let the query combine those files. So these are the 41 million records just loaded within fractions of seconds into the Power Query. Now let me go and do some transformation and catch you back again. Right now I'm done with all of my transformation. I can just go and select that data type. So it's very important that before I load my query, I have to give the correct data type so that when I do with the modeling, I will not face any problem. So I'm just going to say close and load. And now that Power Query has built that connection with all those records, and I can do my analysis. So here we are with all that data loaded with the query editor. Now the thing what we have to do, we just need to load this data now into data model so we can do that analysis. I'll just go over here, right click, load to, and if I load it to the table and it exceeds that 1 million buffer space, then again I'm going to get that warning message. So I'm going to use and push this data to add this data to the data model, and I'll click OK. Now you can see that my query is running behind and pushing that data into Excel data model. Now this took me around 6 to 7 minutes to load this much volume of data. But right now I'm running on very limited resources. I'm running on virtual machine on my Mac, and let me show you the memory, which is right now it's like 0.4 GB or 3 GB, which is very limited resources. So I was able to load like 100,000 of rows within that 1 or 2 seconds, and I have a shared memory which is around 4 GB, and other 4 GB is for the Mac. So you will see that performance issue. If you have that good system with no performance issues, then definitely this will work very faster. So I'll not let you wait for half an hour this data to get load because my screen recorder is also using a lot of memory. So I'm just going to stop this process over here, and I'm going to show you the file which I have already prepared and kept it for you. Now this is a data set of that 41 million records. As you can see over here, we have that 41 million records which is over here, and this one we can just slice and dice the data we wanted. So let me show it to you that in the data model that these are 41 million records and more than that. So you can just add billions of records as well, and it will just handle it very easily. So you can see this is my calendar table. I have 2 tables over here. To run the query efficiently, I have prepared the calendar table and then I have my fact table. Now I have written a very simple measure which says count all rows. So I'm not doing any kind of cheating. So these are all that number of rows from that same source file. And coming back over here, let's go and do some analysis over here. So we have this field list. Let's remove the country. Let's go and put this month over here. Let me remove the number. And you can see those records are very smooth and just within like fractions of seconds it is happening. And if you put the countries, now it has spread it in this way, columns, the countries. Let me put it one another, then the month. The way I want, I can just play around with this data and I can do that analysis. Let me put it over here and we can see that summarized view. Now with this one, you can make with more visuals, you can add some slicers, you can even add some charts and reports, which will make the visualization more easy for the eyes to read it. If you ask me that how do you know that Faraz that this record had got loaded in 6 minutes? Well, I have a proof for that, and I'm using this great tool, Monkey tool, which is created by Ken Pulse, the Excel guru, and this is an amazing tool for the modelers. Now this helps to understand how is your data model in Excel and Power BI it's working. It gives you some amazing report. Now with this report, I was able to tell you that this was having 6 minutes time to load this data. So if you have multiple queries, then it will nicely analyze it and it will show you the query performance where you can go and fix that performance issue and you can speed up your query. Now in this one, I have only one query. Now it has taken the min max and then it has given me the average time, which is coming up over here. And I can have such kind of different queries which can be displayed over here. Now this is a memory use where it shows that which column is using how much memory and how we can save that memory and we can improve it, the model, so that it can load really quick and fast. And this one is my favorite report. I love this report. This gives me an overview of my model, that how much memory in total it is using, how many data model table I have and how many connections I have, and total queries, like how many total queries are there, now how many unique records, the number of records with big data explicit measures, and my measure, in fact it gives me the measure also, and my query stats, which is over here, and how it is connected and where is my source file. So this is really cool and you can just generate this within like a second. So let me show it to you. Model summary. If I click this one, boom, here we have it. So you can see that how quickly it has generated that model summary for me. Now it was having that calendar table, that dimension table. Now see over here, I was just having the stat tables, which was over here. So in fact, it overrides that information, so it doesn't occupy that space in your workbook, and you can really do some amazing stuff. See, one-to-many relationship. So this is really cool stuff. And if you like to buy this product, then on my website, on my resource section, I'll be sharing the link. You can just scroll it down and you'll find this Monkey tool and you can grab it from there. This is on subscription basis, so you can just see what is suitable for you, but you get most of the feature which is available over here. You get it for free, and there are some amazing date table measures. You can add a measure table and those Monkey calendar where it automatically creates a calendar. Some great stuff are available with this tool, coming with this tool. So it's time to reveal the truth now. Now you have seen the facts and you are the best to judge. Did Excel failed or Excel excelled? I'm sure most of you will be saying now that Excel excelled for us. And that's the beauty of Excel, and that's why Excel is exciting. And I hope, my friends, you have enjoyed this video. I hope you got to learn something new about this. And before I end my video, I'd just like to share you one more link where you can know more about file types, where my friend Celia have organized this meetup, and Oakley was the one, my friend, who was giving an amazing tips about that, how the file type works in Excel. So this is a great video. You should go and watch this one, and I'll be dragging the link in the video description and even in the end of the screen. So make sure that you watch this video, and I'll be waiting for your feedback, and see you soon in my next video. Till then, take care. Bye.